Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Gaming with Shoggoths, and we are here at what I was going to call the Dino Dome, but apparently Best in Slot beat me to it. We both had very similar ideas for big domes with dinosaurs in them, and even right down to the name. So, in lieu of Dino Dome, I'm going to call this the Superdome because it is pretty huge. It is 92 domes. I counted while I was putting them down. I'm pretty sure I'm right. 92 domes all together. It's 5 sides with 5 domes across. Oh, no, sorry. It's 6 sides with, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. It's 6 sides with 5 domes across on each side. Yeah, the way that I did this did involve mods. There are ways you can do without mods, although I feel like they don't work quite as well, quite as reliably, but it is possible. If you are on console or on PC and just don't do mods, it's still possible to do. If you don't have mods, sit tight and I'll kind of run through a way for you to do this. If you are going to be using mods or want to try it out with mods, I will have all of the links in the description as always. The one that you really need to use is the free build mod, which will basically allow you to put the enclosure like any, or not the enclosure, but like the wow, I just total lost for words. It'll allow you to put the hatchery like into the dome, and I also feel like doing it that way with these mods, with the free build mod, actually makes it so the dinosaurs don't run outside of the enclosure. Like I don't. I've seen other people like put fences and stuff like that, but I haven't needed to use fences. So it could have something to do with the mods that I'm using. If anything, it's probably the free build. Dinosaurs seem to recognize things as walls more readily with the free build mode on. So it might have something to do with that mod. But I will have all those links in the description. Everything else is just kind of like optional and makes things easier. Like for instance, the instant build function of the expanded sandbox mod is just really convenient. It makes things build a whole lot faster. The expanded terrain tools just make, terrain things a whole lot faster as well. So the one you really need is the free build mod. The other ones are optional, but honestly, you should be using all these mods anyways. Like they are must-have mods for Sandbox and Jurassic World Evolution 2. If you don't have mods, the best way I've seen so far is to get the hatchery right up next to the wall. And there are certain dinosaurs. This will work with any dinosaur that kind of runs out of the hatchery, and they will run into the wall, run through into the hatchery, or into the aviary dome, and just kind of hang out in the dome. But I've seen some videos of that kind of stuff, and then they end up running back out. So you definitely want to use like a fence to keep them in. If you're using invincible, since you're not using mods, you're gonna have to try and hide the fence in the walls. Otherwise, like if you're doing mods and you're having a problem keeping the dinosaurs in, then you can use like invisible fence mods to put a barrier in there. But for this, doing it the way I did with the mods that I have going, I did not need to use fences. Like I let it run on 3 times speed for like an hour, and not a single dinosaur ran out. So to me, that says it should be solid. But if you do have an issue with it, you can always stick fencing along the walls to take care of it. And we got some Allura Titans heading in. I just kind of interspersed this video with some of the dinosaurs that I put in coming out. Like some of these guys, I really like their, their entries. This is like their wrestling, like, or their, baseball, like walk-ins, stuff like that, like their intros. I do really enjoy the group hatching in this game. Like, I think it's a really nice little extra touch. Both the actual hatching and the kind of theatrics behind them all like walking out at once. So I did add a gyrosphere ride in here. I don't know if you may have seen the preview that I put up last night. Yeah, I could not get it to be straight to save my life. Yeah, like, for the most part, this wasn't that hard to build. Like, the hatcheries you know, because the mods went together, or not the hatcheries, but the domes went together really, you know, really easily. Aside from that, like, you know, the real pain is just when you're trying to build inside the dome. It's just awful. Like, because you can't look from above, you have to be at a certain angle or else the glass gets in the way, you know. So it's, you know, that's the hardest part of building in there. Other than that, it's actually not too hard. I mean, it's huge, and I felt like I kept forgetting that half of the dome exists. And then I would like, I would turn around and I realized that I hadn't painted like half of the dome. So, so other than that kind of silly stuff, like this wasn't too hard. And I really like how it turned out. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm so proud of what, you know, how well I did, but like, you know, because it wasn't too hard. But I do like it. Like, it turned out how I was imagining it, like a neat, sprawling landscape with dinosaurs and flying reptiles, you know, all together at the same time. I'm trying to figure out how to get aquatic reptiles in here and the aquatic, you know, stuff we've got, but like, other than just plopping a pool down in the middle of it and then it looking like there's a lagoon in the middle of it, like, I haven't figured out a way to do it yet, so I don't know. We'll see. Until we can have like free swimming animals outside of the enclosure, like, I don't think it's going to be a possibility. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to put it in like one of those rivers or anything like that without having the full lagoon barriers. Unless someone can do like invisible walls. I would love to see like where we could have like glass walls and stuff like that. Like, that'd be cool. That'd be a neat mod to have either glass walls or invisible walls for the lagoons, if anyone's paying attention out there. Just thought. Grooving out to this music because on the inside I'm an old man who likes jazz, really. That's like my inner person is an old jazz loving man. This music is just grooving. If you could see me, I'm dancing really badly in my chair. Alright, so we're gonna head in on the gyrosphere. I just kind of took clips of like different portions of the entire ride. I did ride the whole thing. I did get stopped by a couple dinosaurs during it, but it took about 18 minutes. But for the most part, I saw dinosaurs at all times. So that's good. Like, they really did disperse. In the beginning, I was afraid that they weren't dispersing. But yeah, like it did turn out really nicely. I love when you can just turn and look and see like a pterosaur and a you know, an Allura Titan or a sleeping a Dreadnoughtus all at the same time. So it's cool. I like it though. I'm going to build like this whole park eventually. Like, you know, this will be one of my mod park projects. I am using the expanded islands mod or the expanded maps mod on here, and and this is Oregon, so it's huge. It's very, very big. Gives you nice like areas to build up in the mountains, and then it also gives you an area to build on the other side of that, like that little river like bend that's on the map that's usually out of bounds. Like, now you can build not only in that river but on the other side of it. So I was thinking like that would be like a exclusive hotel area or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. But I kind of want this to be like a winter wonderland type thing, but inside the domes it'll be warm and nice, you know, and, you know, kind of contradict and juxtapose what's going on outside, which is blizzards and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's still like a destination. Well, I mean, Oregon doesn't get too bad, but it does definitely get cold and snowy there, so. I definitely like how the ride turned out. Like, I feel like at a park and an attraction this big, like, this would be one of those things that people, if they were staying for a few days, would want to ride more than once, because, you know, as you go through, you see different things, different interactions, different dinosaurs, stuff like that. Every time I come in here, whether it's like to, you know, take some footage or take pictures or anything like that, it you know, I see different combinations of dinosaurs walking around and frolicking together. So I feel like it'd be something, you know, you'd want to do more than once. These Kentros are getting in the way. I think this is the longest I ever was really stopped for. And like I said, 18 minutes was the full ride, which is pretty long. I think that's the longest gyrosphere I've ever done. I think maybe I might have done something crazier and weirder and longer. I love this shot right here. Look at that Compsognathus flying in right over us. Good stuff. Couldn't have planned that if I wanted to. That was definitely just coincidental. But yeah, I think I might have, like, the enclosure obviously wasn't nearly as cool. But I think back when I was first playing the first Jurassic World Evolution on my PlayStation, before I bought it for PC, I think I had a gyrosphere ride that was like 20 minutes long, 25 minutes long, something like that. It was like on the old Nublar. Which one was it? I think it's the Site B map that we got like later on, like during Claire's Sanctuary or whatever, and it like went through the whole park. But it wasn't nearly as like well decorated and cool as this one is, in my opinion. I think we saw the Ceratos over there. Like I tried to have like a reasonable combination of dinosaurs, you know, some flyers, a pair of like apex, like top predators. And I mean, not that Ceratosaurus isn't a top predators, but the Gigas are the apex, you know, and then you have the Ceratos. And then there's some pro Ceratosaurus as well, and little compies, you know, so you got big down to tiny. And then you've got a good dispersal of size range for the herbivores too. You know, there's the Myosaur, or not, the Muttaburrasaurus, sorry. I always love the skins on the Muttaburrasaurus. You know, and then you've got Dracorex, Dreadnoughtus, Olorotitan, Torosaur, no, Pseudoceratops, that's what I use. You know, it's a big variety of those sorts of dinosaurs as well, so it's not all just like, you know, one big group. And I just felt like it kind of gave it a natural environment, like it made it feel like a natural environment, even if a lot of these dinosaurs didn't actually exist at the same time. I have to say, like, the behavior of the dinosaurs in this game is so much better. Like, the way they're just all walking together, but then they also divide at times and then come back together. Like, it's such an improvement. Such an improvement over the last game. It really is. So yeah, we're just winding down on this tour of this park. I will definitely be doing more of it in the future. As always, I appreciate you checking out this video, and if you're new, consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and the end of the year is almost here, but we're also only like 10 away, so maybe we can get there. I think we can. And that would just be really cool to hit that mark. I like having goals. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, and I do appreciate you dropping by, and I will definitely be back with more Jurassic World Evolution 2 real soon. Until then, have a good one.